What's up, guys? Bomer here. Back with part 4 of my Everyman Hybrid plot summary. This part is called The 7 Trials of Habit. This is the longest part by far, and it goes up to pretty much current in the series. And so this period of Everyman Hybrid is characterized by the introduction of habit as an active character. Habit creates a contest which everyone joins, which centers around the theme of severing personal ties. Habit reveals himself as a rather talkative character, sending tweets via his own Twitter account and cryptic phantom tweets on the Everyman Hybrid account. In the videos, the hybrids are at a loss of what to do. So let's begin here. The hybrids announce a fan meetup, and the Green Feathers, the hybrids, and Jesse show up. They hang out in Princeton. After the Green Feathers leaves, Vince gets a frantic phone call from Ryan. Now remember, Ryan was only shown once in the series so far. He is one of their friends, and he is shown in the video, what's it called? A Day in the Life. Anyway, back to the story. In the next video, the hybrids are at a small makeshift memorial for Ryan, who had been pulled out of his car and murdered. They explain that they received an email from Ryan saying how someone emailed Ryan asking him to fill out an application. The man, Habit, then asked Ryan for a pint of blood, and Ryan refused. The hybrids put up the email and say they're going to register. Intersliced into the video is footage of Evan speaking to apparently thin air, with Evan talking about how he got his fish, and how he wants to see blood. None of the hybrids can see this footage. 231 rabbits signed up, including Alex. The tournament was split up into 3 groups: the Angaras, the English Lops, and the Netherland Dwarves. The tournament involves 7 trials, which mostly involve the theme of personal sacrifice, tearing apart bonds to people and items. The hybrids and Alex were eliminated in the second round. The hybrids respond to complaints of how difficult it is to follow everything by posting an update hub. The hybrids finally found the Damsel at the mental hospital Jeff works at. They break her out rather violently. After the events of the previous night, Jeff went to work and had an email announcing that donations for Glenn and John's family will be collected. There was an accident with a flash fire that killed 2 employees that night, which occurred 5 minutes before they had broken Damsel out. Later on that day, Jeff asked about a certain girl and was told she had been released a week earlier. After weeks of no updates, the hybrids posted a video titled December and Early January as a brief summary of all that happened. Vince and Evan attempted to change Damsel's voicemail and hear a disturbing message from Jessa being chased and screaming. They asked Damsel for advice, but she has none to give. Later on, Vince received a phone call about keeping Mittens warm. Mittens is their cat, who died 6 years ago. They checked the burial spot of his long-deceased cat to find blood on the snow and had a run-in with Slenderman. Obviously, the blood was not from the cat because it's been dead for 6 years. I believe it was 6. The hybrids posted the until now corrupted video 77 of 76.avi, which was on the same USB as 78 of 76.avi. The location is the same as A Day in the Life, but clearly during the winter/fall time. They seem to be in search of something, but it is unclear what it is. In the hidden videos, the hybrids and Damsel recorded a video of themselves watching the hidden videos on a burned DVD. This is, like I was saying earlier, in an earlier part that the fans sent them. The videos quickly turn to static, and the hybrids space out and speak in the voices of the Mining Town 4, apologizing to the doctor for playing a game involving Slenderman transporting them somewhere. The Mining Town 4, I'm assuming, I can check right now, is the 4 children that Dr. Kornthal adopted from Fairmount Children's Home, and all of their names were Vince, Jeff, Evan, and Stephanie. So, Coincidence, perhaps. They wake up 8 minutes later, passed out and bleeding from their noses and ears. Evan, Alex, and Jeff attempt to search Alex's room. They crawl through the crawl space and transport to the basement from 78 of 76 at Bald Plate. So that's kind of weird. It's a portal. Vince posts an update informing us of the suspected murder of Jesse's grandmother, which greatly irritates Evan. I believe her name was Rose. I'm not quite sure. I think it was, which also relates to the original Rake creepypasta. I hate that name, creepypasta. Anyway, Jessie shares information she found about Dr. Cornthal with the hybrids, including information about a storage locker and a key. They go to the storage locker, and inside they find a couple of boxes with bullets, knives in one of them. They find a rocking horse, which is oddly out of place, and a strange device which looks like a radio. The door to the unit shuts on them, and they're unable to get out. I believe it was Damsel or Stephanie, whatever we call her now, was on the outside of the door. And while in there, Vince starts bleeding from the mouth, and Slenderman appears. The door then opens to reveal daylight, and Dr. Cornthal brings the rocking horse back into the storage facility, taking no notice of the boys in there, and apologizing the kids for failing them again, which is weird. I don't know how to explain that. Following a clue from the storage locker, the gang goes to a library and finds information regarding Dr. Cornthal, and takes notes regarding his rather roller coaster life after he was in charge of the mining town 4. He has been honored by his town and wanted for murder. Following this, they try to contact Officer Matten, but it's just discovered that he committed suicide a year ago. Later that night, the Rake captures Sparky in the shed and uses him as a lure in the bike shed. Evan tries to get Sparky back, but is attacked and Sparky is killed. It's also revealed that Alex still thinks his parents are alive and uses a boombox with pre-recorded audio to communicate with them. Habit has gained access to the Damsel's blog, which is COISTW, and begins posting references to serial killers in the past, comparing himself to them. Meanwhile, Trial 6 gets underway, but one rabbit is unable to go through with it and therefore refuses to open box number 6 unless Habit passes him full round actions gambit. Habit eventually passes him, but later that night, the rabbit is attacked and possibly killed in a questionably genocidal video on his account. Habit also sends a letter to Noah Maxwell from the TribeTwelve series, revealing that Milo was once a childhood patient of Dr. Cornthal. So, yeah, this goes almost up to where they are now. I can pull up the account. They've just posted videos a couple of days ago, and I can try to explain them right now. I just gotta remember what they were. I completely forgot. They find hidden cameras inside the house, which are Wi-Fi compatible, and they are communicating with a 1.5 or a 500 gigabyte hard drive that is taped with purple tape underneath the house, and it's been sending the video files to it. They see someone outside, and they suspect, it's either the Rake or Slenderman or whatever. So they go outside to check, and the latch underneath their porch is unlocked, allowing you to open the lattice, and that's where they find the hard drive. The video of Vinnie Hybrid Christmas is, I don't quite remember the contents of the video. I believe it's pretty uneventful until the end. You find out that what's her name is pregnant, perhaps with Evan's child. There's no confirmation because there's no audio, but it appears to be a pregnancy test in her hand when she's exiting the bathroom. And yeah, that's somewhat important. Here, their friend makes an appearance. I forgot what their friend's name is. Daniel, I think his name was. The one who played the original fake Slenderman. Yeah, Daniel. He also makes an appearance here. It's not too important. Yeah. Jesse is a video that they uploaded, and apparently Jesse is dead. Basically what happened in the video, they arrive at Jesse's house. I think it was Jesse's, not sure. Vinnie gets attacked by the Rake when he runs inside through an open door. And well, what's his name? When Evan goes inside the open door because he hears screaming, he gets into an encounter off camera that we can't see, and you see him in the upstairs window, and he throws the Rake out the window, and it lands on the ground and is unconscious for a second, and then the Rake gets up and attacks Vinnie, and Jeff runs off, and it's apparent that he's just leaving Vinnie behind, but he comes back with the air horn that he gave Alex, I believe it was Alex, in the Christmas party video. He comes back with the air horn and blows it, and that ends up saving Vinnie. It lures it away, which is probably the only reason he's actually alive right now, because he was pretty damaged. Jeff claims that he led the Rake away, and he says the other one popped up, which is assumed to be Slenderman, and Slenderman apparently got rid of the Rake somehow, and they don't really know what happened after that. He didn't really say anything else. Evan comes out of the house covered in blood, and he says he doesn't want people seeing Jessie. He says that she's been torn apart, like limb from limb, and he doesn't allow Vinnie to go into the house with the camera, so technically we don't know if she's dead or not. We're just assuming because of how much blood was on him, and the fact that he was emotionally messed up. But yeah, a lot of people are asking, how did Jeff get away from Slenderman when he lured away the Rake, when Slenderman got rid of the Rake? But people are saying that it's obvious that Slenderman needs these 3 or 4 individuals for something, and it only makes sense that he wouldn't want the Rake to kill them if he's going to use them as tools. So that's pretty much where the story is at now. I know this is a long video, but this is the longest part, like I said. Again, all this information is not mine. I didn't write this, and I'm not involved in the actual story of everymanHYBRID. The plot summary can be found at everymanhybrid.wikia.com/wiki/plot_summary. That's where I'm finding it. And I do have 1 or 2 parts left. They're both fairly small. And then I'll keep you guys updated, and if you have any questions, leave comments, and I will get back to you.